but I continued with my pro-life activities. And the thing that I noticed is when we went out to the abortion clinic and we would be preaching, praying, counseling, whatnot, over half of the people that came out to the clinic with us were Catholic. So what am I supposed to do? I mean, here are all these people come out to help me in my work. Am I supposed to tell them, I'm sorry, you're all going to hell. Go home, don't help me anymore. So I saw a real valid expression of faith with them. And it led me to explore some of the reasons why they believe what they did, because everything that I had been taught pretty much was from anti-Catholic sources. So I went to the horse's mouth, so to speak. I started studying some specifically Catholic material. Ran across Scott Hahn's book, Rome Sweet Home, Dr. Hahn's book. Right. And that was a tremendous influence on me. And after that, I was still kind of confused as to why would a Presbyterian minister leave his ministry and so forth to become Catholic. So I did the logical thing back then. I called him up. You can't do that anymore, obviously, but I called him up, and he just spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours with me working through the various issues and sent me materials. And as I was making all of these wonderful discoveries, I started to share them with my wife. Now, anyone who knows anything about the Hahns and their journey know that Scott came into the church a couple years before Kimberly. Yep. And there was a lot of heartache in their home, in their marriage. I didn't want that in my marriage. So when I started sensing that God was calling me into the church, I started praying, Lord, if this is really of you, please soften the heart of my wife. And as I was making my discoveries, I'd share them with her, and she did the logical thing. She said, well, show me in the Bible. Well, our allegiance was primarily to the Bible. Being good fundamentalists, it was always the Bible. It was never to our denomination. So as I was making these discoveries and I showed her the biblical basis, she became as convinced as I was and as excited as I was. So when we moved to the area of Virginia where we are now, we thought, okay, this is the time. We don't know anybody. Nobody knows us. It's time. So we ended up entering an RCIA program, and in '97, we, my wife, my son, and myself all became Catholic. We came to the church, and it was glorious. It was amazing, and we dearly, dearly love being Catholic.